I'm still sitting here saying, I love this industry. I think there's loads in which we can learn from it. As I said, I've never shared this story publicly. I probably won't ever again. It's actually quite traumatic going through it again. But by the numbers, to give you some ideas of what went on, 3 house moves in a year, hundreds of phone calls, 38 contractors, 434 days, a 5,400, I counted last night on Word, a 5,421 word horror story, and now a comedy show, because I'm actually able to look at it. I actually feel penalised 5 years on as an industry, because every year I go back and go, what was the value of your claim? Have you claimed in the last 5 years? Well, that should not have been 434 days, or the value that it came out at. It should have been way less, and yet I'm still now being penalised until I think 2 months' time, where I haven't got to declare it anymore. Oddly, and I've had a conversation with a bunch of underwriters, surely given that this is all new and the pipework underneath is all clean and tidy, the risk goes down. Well, we heard earlier about this, the excess is going to a couple of £100. My escape of water excess is, I think, £5,000 still. I'm okay with it. If it goes again, I'm moving, I promise you. But it's just crazy. How can we not work together to go, if that's all new and better, then surely the risk in this whole place is lower and much less. The fraud, I mean, God, the things I saw, I showed you the kitchen being stored in the dining room. The tile, I mean, there's so many of these, I won't bore you with them all. They ordered tiles for the kitchen, and in my garage at the end of it, there was a stack of tiles that I added up, where it was £1,000 of tiles there that they've over-ordered on, that the insurance companies paid for, that we all paid for, basically, as part of our premium. So someone's got this stuff so badly wrong that they've made an absolute mess of it. I think if that happens to every single claim that goes on, can you imagine how much we're overpaying? John was talking in the keynote earlier this morning about controlling claims costs. This is crazy. Final bill should have been a fraction of this, as you can all see. As I said at the outset, they could have thrown thousands of pounds of compensation at me. I would have rejected every single penny of it for the pain they put Emma, the kids and I through, because it generally is, as you can tell, a year and a half into it, it was a rather traumatic family experience. The kids thought it was an adventure. We're moving into a new rented property and they had different rooms and whatever else. It was fun for a while, but after moving 3 times in a year, it just gets a bit hard. There was no empathy. There was no recognition that it was a young family, that it was a big move and whatever else. None. No sense of urgency. The plan that we got from the collective group of people was so badly formed. As someone that spends their life delivering technology programs and everything else for insurers, my plans start with a date and deliverables and have all the things that you expect to go and get done. They didn't have dates on the thing. I mean, I looked at the plan and went, okay guys, I'd like to add these sorts of things so we know where we're actually going to go and be. And then finally, there was just no communication. It was just nothing. It was all me phoning in rather than phoning us. And I don't want to, the reason I said no at the outset was I don't want to sound like a whining old git about what happened in this claim. It generally feels that way, but I'm not. I mean, I've learned so much from this. I've delivered and built claims platforms for lots of insurers, and I've used some experiences from this to help fix, in my mind, some of the processes that were or could have been addressed going forward. I generally hope no one else ever goes through something like this. As I say, it's an exception rather than the rule. Yeah, that was the claim experience. Now, if you think of all the startups that are out there, this is the last one. If you think of all the startups that are out there, Lemonade everyone will have heard of. You've heard about Maya and the chatbots that will do claims in 3 seconds or 2 seconds. This is now their advertising. I look at that and go, yeah, I believe you quite happily. Insurance without 100 years of experience, screwing you. This is how they're advertising. If we think we have issues in the insurance industry about how we're going to communicate going forward, and we generate experiences like what I've just shared, then people like this that are now valued at 2 billion in less than a couple of years, they're going to start taking market share bit by bit by bit. Their bots, their technology, their energy, their what they're doing on communications are going to win time and time again. So I think we have a lot to look out for, a lot to worry about in the future, leveraging some of the things we talked about earlier, whether it's automation or whatever else. We have this saying in the firm around humans in the loop. We do a lot of work with McLaren and the racing side, and all the technology in the world gives you all the insights to create the decisions you need to make, but there's always a human in the loop. The human in the loop should be the person that's going, Nigel, this is what's going on this week, here's the plan, here's where we go going forward.